Hey folks, this is Zach and I'm here on UF campus, University of Florida, and we are going to the steam tunnels. I'm walking down Museum Road right now and I don't think I've ever seen this much construction. It seems like every road is closed, but I still think we can make it there. We're trying to get to sort of near the engineering buildings without attracting too much attention. I was in the tunnels last week actually. I went down, sort of had an anthill land on my face, but that'll be its own story. And I made the rookie mistake of holding my camera vertically, which YouTube doesn't like. So I'm going out to redo it now. Hopefully this time my phone doesn't overheat, and I hopefully don't run into any trouble with people out here. It's sort of in the ass end of campus, so we'll see what happens. All right, we're getting closer to the entrance now, and the way I discovered these was about six and a half years ago when I was a freshman here. My roommate and some of his buddies said, hey, we know how to get into the steam tunnels. And apparently the night before they had gone in, they didn't bring flashlights, they went 20 yards, they sort of chickened out and came out. So the next night we went in, we went all the way down the length of them. And it was interesting. You'll see what I mean. It's not quite like the steam tunnels in movies where like there's little explosions going on, there are rats running around. Unfortunately it is wetter than the time I went in 6 years ago. Some pipes have sprung a leak or something, and I don't think anyone goes down to maintain it. I see all the same stuff down there I saw 6 years ago, like the same bottle caps and everything. But you'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm getting closer now. I'm going sort of towards the medical area of campus. And all right, everyone, we're sort of coming up on it now. There's a big sort of metal hood in the distance, and that will be our entrance to the tunnels. Well, right in front of it will be the entrance. And fortunately, doesn't seem to be anyone around up there. Police officers sort of like to sit up on that hill. I don't know why. This poor campus is always dead at night, but I think they might just be taking breaks from their patrols. But it would be shifty to be caught going down into a tunnel. Legal? No idea, but at the very least it would be shifty. So happy there's no one there. All right, and here we go. The manhole's coming up right here. And here you can also see this anthill, which, let's get that out of here. Last time I went down here, it sort of fell on top of my head. Ooh. Which was not the best. There's a lot of air coming up here. And it blew all that sand and ants right into my face. This time, I'm going to try and wrap my eyes up with a scarf so nothing gets in them. All right, folks, I'm down the steam tunnel now, and I may have made a little mistake. The ants were inside this ladder here, so I just got bitten maybe 50 times. And the ants, ow, this is still one on my butt now. They're still crawling around, but here we are in the UF steam tunnels. I need to go back and fix that manhole later. I just had to crawl right down because I was getting bitten. But I'm going to turn the camera around and you'll be able to see all the cool stuff down here. So first off, we have the entrance. It's still open up there. I'll have to go back later and fix that. I'm not crawling up there now. There are ants everywhere. Bit of water down here. I've actually left a little surprise over there. If anyone else comes in here, I left a little treat for him. But here we are in the steam tunnels. You can see it's not too dirty in here. There's a lot of mud on the ground, bit of water. But we're gonna be going that way today. Ooh, still got ants crawling on me. Finding them in random places inside my clothes. But here we are in the steam tunnel. First time I came down here is maybe 6 years ago. I went down here a few times then with a big group, with a small group by myself. Then I graduated, went overseas for a few years, and I came back and I thought, it'd be sort of cool to film a video down here in the steam tunnels. So I came in here last week, got bitten by ants a bunch, filmed a video with my camera the wrong way, and that's why I'm back now. Now, the floor in here is not great. We have a big leak up ahead, Oh, this is like ankle deep right now. It's not fun. Here we go. A little leaking pipe thing. I would turn that valve to turn it off, but I don't really know my steam. That might just blow it up. So we're gonna ignore this. Oh, look at that hole down there. That's some hard water. It's going right through the concrete. And we're gonna keep going along this way. And it feels weird being back in here because there's some of the same stuff from last time. Here you got these little sample bottles. I don't know what they are. They were here last time I came here, 6 years ago. But it seems like no one comes down here. The only footprints I see are mine. I don't see a new graffiti or a new detritus down here. And here's another junction, folks. There's a lot more graffiti in this one. Welcome to the Bean Cave. No exit. Nice. So up here, that one, either you can't lift the manhole or it just leads straight into a road, which some of them do. Oh, we got one that says this. I'm not going to read that out loud. But all that graffiti was there a few years ago. You got sort of the same stuff here. Lots of pipes, lots of people riding on them, and a lot more water on the floor. When I came in here before, it was dry. Now we've had those leaks. There's water. I know it's going to get worse. There's some interesting terrain up ahead. We're coming up on another leaker here. We got a few little pipes, and we got this one. And up here, got some little leaky bits. Got a bunch of water coming down and making a big puddle on the floor, which is sort of going down the tunnel. But for the most part, the tunnel is dry. I would not come down here without either boots or shoes that you don't quite care about. Barefoot, I would not recommend. Here's the way I just came, and at this ladder, you got a bit of weird graffiti. Creepy stuff. Someone's written "Weep Alone," which is not really what I want to see when I'm down a steam tunnel, where maybe no one's been here in years. Last time I was here a week ago, this was around the point where I started hearing this weird sort of whistling sound, like a person whistling. And I was like, oh, that's not what I want to hear while I'm underground by myself. But I don't think there was a person. I think it must have been a pipe or something. I hope it wasn't a person. There's no way someone could live down here. It's in the upper 90 degrees. I'm worried my phone's going to overheat. And it did last time. If it does this time, I'm going to try to poke my head up through one of those exits and cool off my phone, because it's nice and chilly outside. Now this is the fun part of the tunnel. It gets better up ahead too. This is all the little things that actually adjust the tunnel, all the pipes. Danger, do not press. The whole purpose of these tunnels, of course, is steam for heat. So make sure that in the wintertime, when it gets down to 30 degrees, UF people don't end up like Texans in the winter, all freezing in our houses. All right, we're coming up on one of the more interesting parts, at least sort of like a new construction part of the tunnels. And here it is. Not very interesting, all this dirt on the floor, but it's from this. Someone constructed this big dome up above the tunnels, and obviously they did this after the tunnels were made because all this dirt sort of falling through it onto the floor, and no one bothered to clean it. All they care about is these pipes, which they're covered in dust. Pretty hot, but you could probably sit on this for a while. You wouldn't hurt your butt. I've always been a bit disappointed down here because I'd expect it to be like one of those movies where they're in the sewers, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or like any Sylvester Stallone movie, where they're going through, like, they're sloshing along the floor through, like, filth. And there's water squirting out the pipes. There are rats and stuff running around. But it's not like that. It's just sort of a hot, dry, occasionally unpleasantly wet tunnel. All right, and we're getting back to a wet area. Not very well maintained. This is not piles of sand on the floor. This is the floor sort of worn away by all this hard water action. Try to shine my light down here. Here we go. I'm just walking right through this. These shoes are their days are numbered. They're already pretty stained from going down here and from hiking. But up here, we have this weird little room. And, you know, I might have to eat my words, because this looks sort of new from last week. So there might be people in here, or my memory might just be bad. But we got this sort of like wet floor sign caked in this silty mud from the floor. We got some big old wheels and pipes, boilers. Everything's probably coated in asbestos or something nasty. We got this ladder that I don't expect it to ever reach the surface world again. I think it's just going to stay down here with these big old pipes and stuff. Oh, that will make a cool wall ornament. But we got a grate up there. I might actually climb up and shove my phone up there so it could cool off a bit. Then we're gonna keep going. All right, and we've reached the dark sector, folks. I'm gonna shine my light here, just so I don't bump into any pipes or fallen holes or anything. My phone is starting to overheat. I still got a few ants biting me, but it's temporary problems. How many times in your life do you get to explore and see all this cool stuff in the tunnels? Oh yeah, that is affecting my phone. You can tell the video quality's going down a bit. You got this big old fire ladder. I'm gonna climb up this ladder and shove my phone into the cool air for a minute. Then I'll get back to you. Well, folks, I just went up another ladder there, and ooh, this is all ankle deep water. Let me get out of this really fast before I talk. Ooh, all right, look at all this buildup on the stairs. But I just went up another one of those ladders and tried to move the manhole cover to put my phone in a cooler place. And what'd you know? More ants. They're all over me again. So, fun tip about urban exploring: make sure you're not allergic to any bug bites, or like you don't react too strongly to them. Because I've been bitten by every ant that exists down here. Hundreds of bites on me right now, but hopefully in a week or two they'll be gone. Look at those stairs, though. That's all some hard water, and that down there is ankle deep. All that weird sort of gunk is on my shoes now. Yeah, look at that. That's good. Let's see if I can scrape some of that off. I'll get it off after. Otherwise, that's going to dry on there. All right, folks, onwards. All right, everyone. I've got to the dry part of the tunnel. There is sort of a weird clanking noise behind me, which I don't like, but you can see for sort of the whole distance down here. So I don't think there's any person behind me. Maybe just maybe a pipe is having some trouble. It's about to spring another leak, which is probably one of the things that makes it dangerous down here. Now, if you've ever seen the sort of YouTube movie Backrooms, this sort of has the same vibe to me. It's just an endless corridor, occasional weird artifact like a ladder, constant ambient hum in the background, and I feel like these could go on forever. First time I went down here, I didn't know if it would go for hours or for like 100 yards or what, but I know the exit is somewhere up ahead, getting closer. Speaking of exit, we got a little thing where steam might come out. I don't know if this is like a panel for examining it if you work here or what, but I have a few of these in the area. The things say medium steam. Otherwise, I guess you wouldn't really know what these are. Anything could be in these pipes. And I'll be honest, the steam tunnels are not really a place for obscenely tall people. I'm about 5'10". If I was taller, I would be banging my head on all this stuff. Sort of dipping under it now. Be banging my head on all sorts of exposed ceiling and pipes and all that stuff. So don't go down here if you're more than like 6 foot or 6'2" or something. It's more dangerous for the giants. But we're getting right up to the close. I can see up ahead, there's gonna be a blank wall, and it looks like you've just reached a dead end, which is terrifying. But then there's gonna be a little passage off to the side where we could get out. All right, we are near the exit here. We have a sort of mixed message sign. It says exit. Someone's written no exit. Fortunately, it also says asbestos free, so I don't need to worry about that so much. And we got like an old roll of duct tape. We got this stuff, which looks like asbestos, but hopefully is really asbestos free. And we got ourselves a smiley face. All right. All right, everyone, like Michael Jackson said, this is it. We're right up on the exit now. Looks like a blank wall, but it's going to be on our right. And here we go. This is not an easy manhole to move, actually. This thing weighs maybe 50 or 60 pounds at least. And the first time I came here, not the first time I came here with a small group, it was me and 2 friends, and I went out first and moved this manhole. I'll tell the rest of this story in the nice cool air. My phone is overheating. All right, folks, I'm sort of sticking my head out here from the manhole. I got an ant bite right on my face. I got sand all over my body, but my phone's cooling down, so that's good. Out here, you can see the exit area is sort of hidden. We're right next to the nuclear science building out here. Across the street, out that way, you could get to Gator Dining Corner. And I'm gonna climb on out. All right. And here you go, we're back in the overworld. Down here we got our manhole, and as the story went, I climbed out of this thing first, and 2 of my friends were still down here, which it's sort of a ladder and that thing. And this manhole, I had not shoved it all the way like this, so it sort of made its way back over the hole. And ooh. There you go, all right. And once it was on, as you can see, there's no way to lift this thing without some sort of crowbar or something from the outside. The other one had holes you could put your fingers in and pull it up. But my friends are both stuck down here, and I was a bit stronger than them. So you can only get 1 person to lift this, just because of the position. It took them a few minutes. We have this noisy thing here, and we were shouting through this little hole, trying to make ourselves heard, saying, "Dude, can you get out? Is it stuck? Can you lift it?" And after a few minutes, they got out. So, problem solved, I guess. Crisis averted. Whew. So, as you saw, folks, I've been in there 5 times now. So I'm not like it's not my first time going down there. I'm not a beginner. I've been in caves too. I've been in some interesting urban exploring situations. But it doesn't matter how many times you've been somewhere like that. It can still be dangerous. I am currently covered in ant bites. They're probably still alive. A few live ones scuttling around on me. Caked in sand. Last time I went in there, I got an eye infection because so much stuff blew into my eyes. I'm not so worried about that now. Stuff did blow into my eyes, but I still have the antibiotic eye drops, so I should be fine. It's a relief to be back in the cold air, though. It is. That is definitely something you do once or twice, then it's done. You don't have much reason to go back in there because it's just one straight branch. I'm sure there are other ones on campus, but that one is just one straight line. Then there are manholes along the way. And I don't know why I'm walking this way. I said I would go back around and close that first manhole I couldn't get to because of the ants. So I will do that, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, I've cooled down a bit walking here outside. It's probably in the 60s right now. And I've had the incredibly stupid idea of, since I've already been bitten by 100 ants and that manhole's already open, I'm going to jump back down there and walk you through the other side of the steam tunnel, because I probably won't be down there again for a while, so I might as well make the most of it. All right, folks, we are coming right back up on that manhole, so once more onto the breach. And fortunately, this time I made it down without getting any ants on me, so that's a plus. And I'm now going to walk down the other end of the steam tunnel. I've only been this way once, and it was by myself. The story behind that is, the one night I went down with a group of maybe 7 people and walked the way I just showed you. Then, you can't see anything, can you? Then the next day I said, hey guys, there's still another direction we could go in this tunnel. You want to go back in there? And they gave me a unanimous no. They sort of wimped out. So I slapped on some gloves and I went back in there myself, like we're doing now. So we're going down that way, and it should come up inside a sort of weird factory area. We'll see. Maybe the top has changed a bit. You never know, it's been a few years. All right, so far it's been mercifully dry this way. My shoes are drying out. You can barely see all that weird hard water pond scum looking stuff on them. But it is getting hotter. And what I remember from last time is it got very, very hot in this direction. So that final ladder, you wouldn't want to climb it without gloves. It was burning hot. Fortunately, I got gloves. It's cold outside. So I'm gonna see what we could do. And I'm gonna keep going. Here's some cool sort of ground cover. This is like this cracked mud looking stuff. It looks like we're out in Death Valley or something. Makes a fun sound when you walk on it. This was just all mud last time I came here. I guess that pipe has stopped leaking because it's all dried out, and now it sort of looks like someone who has leprosy or something, or some other nasty skin condition. Not a nice image, but it's a cool looking surface. All right, it seems to me as I walk this way, it's actually getting cooler, not hotter. There's a lot of fans blowing in my face right now, and it's nice, cool air, weirdly enough. Not what you'd expect from a steam tunnel. So I think I'm getting near the end now. This is a much shorter branch than the other one, but let's see where this takes us. I see why it's getting colder. They have installed some sort of, or activated at least, some sort of cooling fans up here. It is so loud. Oh, look at this. They got fancy numbers on them and everything. That's a lot of pounds an hour, isn't it? Never seen that unit measurement. Up here, oh, look at this. We got all sorts of fun machines. We got a bit of water. We got some mud. We have what looks like a bunch of rubble and some cool little turny things. And the final stretch, we have this looks like a proper sewer, like out of a horror video game. You gotta get in here and pull this thing to turn the lights on, scare the bad guys away. You gotta make sure you don't get too wet or too cold or whatever. Let's take a look down here. Ooh, there's water on the floor. My scarf is coming off. Let's fix that. All right, scarf secure. Let's keep going down here. It's getting louder. Oh, that's very, very loud. And here we are. This is the exit. Once again, I'm sticking my head out of this manhole here, but this time there's some more interesting stuff. We got all sorts of factory stuff. I'm going to turn the camera around and have a look. So here we go, folks. We got all sorts of cool equipment up here. There's steam coming out of that, like real steam. There's some yellow stuff. I think we're in the wastewater processing plant, but not really looking to get arrested, so I'm going to dip my way back down into the tunnel and head out. I'm finally away from all that noise. I had to plug my ears up, that hurts so much. I would love one day to slap on a construction worker's outfit and have a little explore up there, but I have a feeling that it's probably heavily patrolled. Lots of factory stuff up there, probably lots of important industrial stuff for the university, like wastewater processing or a power plant. So I don't want to get arrested. I have a clean record. I'd love to keep it that way. So now I already look suspect enough going through tunnels and stuff. Better to not have a rap sheet. But with luck, I'm going to go up the way I came in, and I'll see you on the other side. Ooh, and I was going to have that be the end of the video inside the tunnels at least, but I found something that begs to be seen. I'm going to take a look at it. Ooh, that's a big boy. Woo! Someone's making some fun graffiti down here. Gotta love it. All right, folks, and we're out. I'm out with maybe an extra few dozen ant bites all over me. Bunch of dirt. I'm about to go home and have a nice hot shower, wash it off. That's the thing about exploring, especially urban exploring. Injuries happen sometimes. You just gotta take sort of precautions to make sure they're minor. If you go underground or in a cave, take an extra light source just in case one fails. If you're going somewhere with ants, you're gonna get bitten. Not the end of the world, bug bites fade, but your memories stay there. So it's fun to take everyone down through the steam tunnels. If you go in, I would highly recommend wearing a pair of pool goggles over your eyes just to keep dust out of them so you don't get an eye infection or anything. But other than that, you have a blast. All right, folks, stay safe. Happy holidays if it's that time of the year, and peace.